Welcome back. We have in previous videos identified our direct costs and we've calculated at what rate we're going to allocate factory overhead. So now we're at the point where we can start applying costs to each of our jobs. We have 4 jobs this year. And the first one is going to be for 135 cars with leather seats and a racing stripe. The second one will be 135 cars with cloth seats and standard paint. The third job will be 150 cars with leather seats and standard paint. And our final job will be 70 cars with cloth seats and a racing stripe. Okay, so customers want their cars how they want them. I personally would like seat heaters and a sunroof. Other than that, I'm pretty flexible. Okay, so we're going to go to our car blank worksheet. And this is where we are going to be able to, I'm just going to make some of these smaller. And I like to put the costs in these boxes. If you have a different way you want to do that, that's totally fine. But this is kind of what works for me. All right, so we're going to go through job number 1 together. Then I'm going to stop the video. Those of you who are like, I totally got it, I'm rock solid, go ahead and do jobs 2 and 3 on your own. You can come back or 2 through 4. You can either come back and watch the videos to make sure you got it right, or you can just check the answer key. Then I'm going to start a new video where I'm going to go through jobs, the second, third, and fourth jobs so that those of you who want to follow along with me can do that until you feel like you're ready to try it on your own. And if you end up just watching the whole video through and doing it with manual worksheet, that's fine too. Okay. So job 101 is 135 cars with leather seats and a racing stripe. I'm going to start with my raw materials. We also call these direct materials. We're going to use that kind of interchangeably. All right, so the basic car kit. So I'm going to go back to where I calculated it, and the basic car kit is $10,000. All right, so I'm making 135 cars, which means I need 135 basic car kits. So my formula here is going to be the 135 cars times the cost of a basic car kit, which was $10,000. So my direct materials on this job for just the basic car kit is going to be $1,350,000. All right, seats. They want leather seats. So I go back, and my leather seats cost me $5,000. So I'm going to make 135 cars with leather seats times the $5,000 that the leather seats cost us. Make sure I got enough zeros. Okay. So my direct materials cost for leather seats on this order will be $675,000. I don't know why we have this many zeros going on, but we're going to just make that less zeros because that seems a little crazy. Okay, I don't think we have any change, so I'm just going to get rid of the decimal altogether. The racing stripe, they want a racing stripe. So I'm going to go back over here, and my racing stripe is $100 of paint. Okay, so here, and again, I'm going to make 135 cars times the $100 I'm going to spend on racing paint or racing stripe paint for each car. So I'm going to spend $13,500 on direct materials. The total amount I'm going to spend on direct materials for this job is $2,038,500. Okay, that's my basic car kit plus my leather seats plus the paint for the racing stripe. Now let's look at our direct labor. So for direct labor, and again, I can just go back to where I already figured out my cost, which was awesome. Direct labor for a basic car kit, we said, was $200. So I'm going to do 135 cars times $200 of direct labor, $27,000. The direct labor for installing seats is $40. Remember, we got that because it was 2 hours times $20 an hour. So 135 cars times $40 per car for direct labor for installing seats, or $5,400. Finally, the racing stripe is going to cost $20 of direct labor per car. So 135 cars times $20 per car of direct labor for painting the racing stripe. $2,700. And my total direct labor costs for producing these 135 cars with leather seats and a racing stripe is $35,100. All right, now we're going to apply our overhead. And we said that we are going to apply overhead at a rate of $2 for every $1 of direct labor. So all I have to do is say for the basic car kit, I'm going to have $27,000 of direct labor times 2, because that's my factory overhead allocation rate. For the seats, I'm going to have $5,400 of direct labor times 2. And for the racing stripe, I'm going to have $2,700 of direct labor times 2. So my total factory overhead is going to be $70,200. Now, if I wanted to check that, it should be 2 times my direct labor dollars. So I could just go over here, and I could say my direct labor dollars times 2, 70,200. I'm feeling pretty good that I got that right. Then you would add across. I've already added across for myself, so that's kind of cool for me. All right, so I have all of my costs. So my total cost for the basic car kit is $1,431,000. For the seat, $691,200, and the racing stripe, $21,600. And again, if I want to check, I can make sure that my total for direct materials plus direct labor plus factory overhead equals the total for basic car kit plus the total for seats plus for the racing stripe. So let me see. The formula I have here is adding up all of these. So if I want to check my number, just add up all of these. And it comes out to be the same, so that makes me pretty happy. You get rid of that. All right, so that is going to be how we calculate the costs. And so I'm going to pause here. Those of you who are ready to go and try this on the other 3 jobs, have at it. Make sure you check your work. If at any point you get stuck, just flip the video back on. And the next video I'm going to do I'll probably do 3 more videos with the 3 more jobs. All right, I'll see you in the next one.